Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Mr. Skinner Explains Newton's Laws in Silly Kid Games. This is Yeti and my spaghetti, and I'm here with my lovely assistant, Bailey Lancaster. She's helping me out here. Hey, the goal for Yeti and my spaghetti is to remove all the noodles without making the Yeti fall in to the spaghetti bowl. Guess that's why it's called that. What do you think? Hey, so right now it's demonstrating Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest stays at rest because, ta-da, Yeti's not doing anything on its own. Yay, pretty easy. However, it also demonstrates a lot of other Newton's laws. For instance, it's my turn. Newton's second law states it takes a force to accelerate a mass. So I'm going to grab a noodle, and I've accelerated it out of there. Okay. As Bailey takes her turn, I'm probably going to also explain. Notice that they're using a force, their muscular force specifically, to accelerate a mass. And each time we accelerate this mass and get it out of here, we are demonstrating Newton's second law. However, it can start getting a little bit more complicated as we get further into the game. Oops, that's the one I touched. I have to remove it. Hey, notice that it's also applying Newton's third law of motion. Every time I move it, the whole system shifts, for there's a force acting against it. So for every force, there's an equal and opposite force. So as I dragged one way, you saw it shifting the other way. Those are the balanced and unbalanced forces pushing in opposite directions as we went. You might even see it as Melee goes. You see these other noodles shifting back and forth as this happens. For every force, there's an equal and opposite force causing everything to happen. Okay? Now, the good news is Newton's first law is still acting. The objects that aren't being moved are staying at rest. In fact, the Yeti is staying at rest at this moment. Okay, and I can go back to using Newton's second law as I slowly pull out all of these noodles. Taking all the easy ones, huh, Melee? I see how that is. You don't want to try and make the teacher look bad here. Hey, yeah, see, what do you think now? So just keep watching for Newton's second and third laws, because what we're waiting for is Newton's first law to come back again. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. And so eventually, we're going to act on enough of these that the Yeti is going to fall into the bowl. And while it's not that far, it is going to stay in motion until it's acted upon by the outside force. And that will be it landing in the bottom of the bowl, or the upward supporting force. Actually, the proper term is the normal force acting in opposition, causing it to stop moving. Yeah, let's see if Melee can beat the teacher. Students never beat Mr. Skinner at any of these games. I'm not talking about Dallin anymore because that was not fair. He cheated. Just because it was recorded doesn't mean it actually happened. So like I said, we're watching for Newton's first law. All these others are staying at rest until they're acted upon. We're hoping eventually we're going to get one of them to cause Newton's first law, the second half, where an object in motion stays in motion until the normal force of the bowl resists it. You see a lot of that motion here as it's happening, and everything's sliding around a little bit at a time. Ooh. Melee's starting to get nervous. Look at her hand shaking. Look at that. Look at it shaking right there. They're nervous. They're going to lose to a game made for 3-year-olds. It's going to be horrible. They will be ridiculed for the rest of their life. Oh, I lost. Oh, Mr. Skinner. Well, we did see it. It didn't move very far. It would have been nice to see it fall a little bit further. But we actually see the Yeti as it tipped there. Hey, it fell. The object stayed in motion until it was resisted by an outside unbalanced force. So this is Yeti and my spaghetti. If you want a few clues, you can also check out the, there's a similar game to this one that you'll see also listed called Pull the Sticks or something like that. You'll see it. It's the same game. Have a nice day. Say bye, Melee. No, say bye, Melee. There we go. They figured it out. See, that's an old joke, and she didn't even get it.